Hey guys, welcome back. Okay, before we move on, a couple of things I want to talk about. Number one, when we reinstalled Embers at the end of the last, or near the end of the last video, I neglected to put it back where it went. So it installed it and put it at a priority at the bottom, of course. That's not where it goes. So I'm back at the old version of the guide. Now let's find Embers. There it is. Embers should go after dynamic snow from map. So let's sort this by name so I can find it. Dynamic snow from map is here at 137. Okay. So let's grab Embers and drag him up to 137 where he's meant to go. A little bit further down. Come on. There we go. Right there. In between Dynamic Snow for Embers and Enhanced Night Skyrim is where we should be. Yeah, so that's good. Okay, what this means, guys, is we're going to have to redo basically everything from loot down onward again, because these rely on the load order, right? So that's okay for me because I'm going to be installing more mods anyway. If you guys were following along and you didn't put that in and you did all that stuff, you're going to have to redo it again. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, make sure that's in the right place. Also, if you sort by mod index, make sure the only three you've got unchecked are these three, the high-res texture packs. The rest of them, everything else should be checked. I noticed as I was going through, there's a couple of things in here that weren't checked as I was looking at this. So again, make sure all your ESPs are checked at this point. Everything should be active. I think there was a couple of things that were added by these patchers, but they weren't turned on. The what was it? The TS5 edit scripts. So these made a couple of things, I think, and then they were put over here, but they were never turned on. So make sure you turn those on, and then go back and restart from. We've already done the conflict resolution. You don't need to redo that. Restart from loot and just go down the rest of it all the way to cleaning up the mod organizer override directory, which we will be doing. Okay. So just a couple of errata from the last episode. Okay. What I want to do at this point, gang, is install SkyComplete. This is the goal of this particular episode. So let's go ahead and pull it up. All right, so this is the Nexus page for SkyComplete. You can find it if you just go to Nexus, nexusmods.com, and do a search for SkyComplete. You can, here, I'll do it just so you guys know where to find it. There it is, by Lufka, SkyComplete. So go there. Okay, so we're working without a guide here. Here's where we have to use everything that we've learned while going through the guide to install our own custom thing. Now, SkyComplete should be pretty easy to do. It shouldn't really conflict with anything else. It's really just a menu. So yeah, you can see it shows you quests, standard quests. The Radiant quests it won't track, but you gotta do that manually. But so yeah, very useful for us completionists who enjoy, doing all the quests. Let's see if there's any other pictures down here. So it's basically going to tell you what books, locations you haven't discovered, the quests that you're on, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So let's go to Files. So we're going to grab Skyrim Complete Legendary Edition. There's a few optional files that we need to grab as well. So let's grab this first. Okay, so this is, let's see, here's my mod organizer. Oh, that's pretty fast, actually. Okay. They shouldn't be, I was going to say, they shouldn't be that big because they're just menus. Now, the optional files. Interesting NPCs we don't have, I don't think. Dawnguard and Dragonborn we don't need because we got the Legendary Edition already. But Falcasaur and Wormstooth, we have both of these. So let's go ahead and grab both of these files. Thank you. and then we'll head into Mod Organizer, and we should be done with all 3 of them. Okay, let's go ahead and install. We'll do a manual installation, and there you go. That's all there is to it. Okay, we'll turn that on. Let's do Foxar. Let's see, let's rename it. I don't want to cancel. Cancel. Let's do this. There we go. Alright, same thing. Go ahead and turn that on. I'm trying to go too fast. It's not ready yet. Okay, and then let's do Worm's Tooth. Do a manual installation. Worm's Tooth, go. And we'll turn that on. And I'm just going to ignore these updates because these are just the optional files. Okay, I want to put these up a little higher than what they are. I want to get them above the conflict resolution patch. So I'm going to drag these up here. It really shouldn't make any difference. You can see there's nothing that they're overriding. There's nothing that's being overwritten by them. They're pretty much self-contained. Okay, there's really nothing to it. These are already on, so yeah, there you go. We could even conceivably merge those into a single mod if we wanted to, but I'm not going to bother. That was pretty easy. Let's go ahead and shall we run the game? I guess we can try. We might have some issues because, again, the load order is different. We'll see. Okay, guys. Yeah, we crashed. And the reason we crashed was probably because of the Dying DLL load. Let me check the guide for it real quick. Could be the patches. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, guys. What I'm going to try to do here is turn off some of the stuff at the bottom and see if it'll run. Again, it may not because we patched, so I may have to run through the patches real fast. Okay, guys, there you go. We have, yes, thank you. We made it back up. So, yeah, the game's unhappy because I changed the load order and we didn't do the scripts according to the load order that we have. So you can't load them up right now. Anyway, the entire purpose of this was to check to make sure that SkyComplete is working. So, unfortunately, to get to this is kind of a pain. Why was it even registered yet? Hang on a second. There we go. Gotta give it a second to register the menus. Alright, should be in here now. There it is. SkyComplete. SkyComplete Dronguard, Dragonborn, Foxar, and Worm's Tooth. Unfortunately, yeah, these are kind of buried in the MCM thing. Hopefully we can set up hotkeys for this because you kind of gotta come here fairly often. So you can see it's got listed quests that we've completed, Unbound, quests that we're on, which is Before the Storm, and then the rest of the main quests. College of Winterhold, Companions, Dark Brotherhood, etc. Then it's got quests by city. So, for example, Whiterun, which is one we'll come up with, or come on fairly soon. All your standard quests and all your radiant quests. These will be automatically checked for you. These will not. These you have to keep track of yourself. Then we've got locations. You can see there's a bunch of locations. Unread books. Lots of books. So yeah, I mean, you know, treasure maps. So yeah, I mean, basically, you know, yeah, okay. So bugs in a jar, dragon claws, etc., etc. Okay, so let's tab out of there. We've got a similar menus for Dawnguard, Dragonborn, Wormstooth, Falxar, etc. So yeah, undiscovered locations. So yeah, that seems to be working just fine. Let's see here. If I go back there, let's figure out SkyComplete. See, now I gotta figure out what the name is. Let's see, this is called Ember Shard Iron Mine. Alright, let's see if it's listed. So we go down to locations not discovered, A through G, and we'll buzz down to Ember Shard, and it's not here because we've already seen it. So that's pretty good. Let's try something that we actually haven't seen, like for example, let's see here. What is this? Riverwood we've already found. See if there's any locations in Riverwood that we could look up. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a, a hotkey for this. But let's just check it out. Riverwood. Riverwood, like the entire place. Okay, so there you go. So we've got a location that we haven't seen yet, at least not in this playthrough. Let's go see if we can, I don't know, I'm just checking to make sure everything's working. There's no real reason for it, because everything should be working fine. I'm getting drops on my frame rate. It's very annoying. So we'll buzz in here. And we should say Riverwood discovered. There you go. So we discovered Riverwood. And if we go to mod configuration again, go to SkyComplete, locations, R, all the way to the bottom, and you can see it's gone. So I mean, yeah, it gives you a nice list of stuff that you can find and kind of check off your list. Great for us, those of us who, you know, like that kind of thing. We like to make sure we've seen everything in the game at some point or another, right? Okay, guys, that was all I wanted to do. Make sure that worked. So let's blow out of here. And we're good. Okay, that's it. That's all I wanted to do for this particular episode. In the next episode, we're going to work on Legacy of the Dragonborn and get started on that. That's going to be much more complicated. Much more complicated. But for the next one, what we'll do is we'll just get it installed. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot.